Good morning, dear students. I am Ms. Vandana Pai. In today's lecture of the subject Principles of Business Management, we will be going through the concept of staffing and we will also study the scientific selection procedure. Okay, so let's see what is the function of staffing and what is the scientific selection procedure adopted for selecting the number of recruits or number of employees into our organization. So, first of all, what is staffing all about? Staffing is the process of hiring eligible candidates in the organization or the company for specific position. See, whenever we consider our organization, whenever we consider our organization at this time, okay, there are different positions, there are different job roles for which we are in requirement of employees, right? Okay, unless until we hire these employees, surely our production activity or our organization goals, they will not be accomplished. Okay, so whenever we think about the importance of human resources into our organization, why employing human resources, it is quite important from our organization's viewpoint. Yes, okay, unless until these people work, unless until these people give their efforts towards the task accomplishment, yes, surely the organization's goals, targets, they would not be achieved. So for this, see, whenever we consider the requirement of human resources, yes, okay, the human resources, they are required in different positions into our organization. For example, okay, you do have different departments into your organization, right? Okay, in that different department, okay, you do have some of the key persons, okay, you do have some of the people who will be working as a manager, okay, you will be having some of the people who will be assisting them, okay. So whenever we consider all these people, okay, they do have certain job roles, they do have certain positions into the organization. So whenever we think about this different job positions and all, okay, you need to hire these people, you need to hire these people, okay. So what you do first of all, okay, yes, whenever you offer jobs to the individuals, whenever you offer jobs to the individuals, this process itself is included in staffing. Okay, so what is staffing? Staffing is the process of hiring eligible candidates in the organizations or company for specific positions. For example, you do have certain positions, for example, manager. If you are hiring a manager into your organization, okay, if you are hiring a finance manager into organization, yes, that person should be good at management, he should be pursuing or he should be completed, he should be qualifying certain degree which is required for that position, as well as he should be having certain experience related to that sector. Okay, for example, if you are hiring finance manager, he should be possessing degree into finance sector, and yes, second thing, he should be good at financial management. Okay, if you think that this person has all the specifications, okay, or he has all the qualities which should be required, which are required by the job role, yes, surely what you can do is, yes, you can place this person in that position. Okay, so this procedure itself is called as staffing. Okay, then in management, the meaning of staffing is an operation of recruiting the employees by evaluating their skills, knowledge, and then offering them specific job roles accordingly. So in management, what is actually done? Yes, whenever we consider staffing, what is actually done? Yes, right person, okay, who do have certain skills, okay, which are required by that job, okay, which are required by the job description, okay, if those specifications you do find in that person, okay, whom you are interviewing, okay, who has approached you, okay, if you think that the job description and his specifications, okay, his personality attributes, okay, or his qualification, all these things they are matching, then what you can do is, yes, just hire that person, place that person in that job role, so that your organization's goals will be accomplished in time. Okay, you can meet all the objectives that you have set for your organization. Okay, this all things they are included in a single function known as staffing. So what is staffing actually? Yes, staffing is just offering job opportunities, yes, and ensuring that you hire right kind of person and the right position. Okay, this all thing we do find in staffing. Okay, so here your organization is in requirement of, or your organization is requiring some of the people, is it? Your organization is requiring some of the people, okay, for completing the specific jobs. Okay, now whenever you are thinking about hiring some of the people, first of all, yes, you just describe the job, right? You describe the job, you highlight certain specifications which you will be seeing into the uh, candidate whom you will be interviewing. Okay, after that, what you can do, yes, just you can go interviewing. Okay, and if you find a right kind of person, yes, give him the offer letter. Okay, this all things is included in staffing. Okay, are you getting it? See, the selection procedure or the scientific selection procedure. What is scientific selection procedure? First of all, okay, prior to actually studying the scientific selection procedure, let's see what is selection. Yes, selection is a process of differentiating between applicants in order to identify those with a great likelihood of success in a job. Okay, the selection, what is selection? Selection means, okay, just what you do is, yes, see, in recruitment what is done, recruitment refers to process of identifying and encouraging prospective employees. See, for example, whenever we consider banking, okay, see, first of all we do find some advertisement in which, okay, you are required or you are appealed by the bank to fill up the form for the job purpose. Okay, what do you do then? Yes, you fill up the form for the preliminary examinations, right? Okay, after that, okay, whenever the preliminary examination happens, what do you do? Yes, you appear for the preliminary examinations, right? Okay, now if you are qualified, then you are eligible for the mains exam. Okay, if you qualify mains exam, then you are eligible for interview. And then after interviewing, if the so called interview panel, if they think that you are suitable for that job, then only they select you, right? Okay, so whenever it comes to recruitment, yes, you are not assured with the job. Okay, see, if you appear for the recruitment process, if you, okay, um, if you are ready for the recruitment process and you have completed some of these steps, it doesn't give any assurance that you will be selected for that position, is it? Okay, here if you prove your talent, then only the organization will select you, right? Or if the specifications sent to you and the job specifications, is it, if they are matching, then only they give you the opportunity to work with them, right? Okay, so in the same sense, in recruitment what is done? Yes, that's just identification and encouraging prospective employees, it is done. Okay, but when it comes to selection, okay, what is done? Yes, selection is a process of picking individuals, okay, out of the pool of job applicants with requisite qualifications and compensate to fill jobs in the organization. See, in selection what is done? Yes, you do find many of the applications, but okay, is that candidate eligible for the job? Can the candidate perform the job in an effective manner? Okay, in the manner which your organization requires, so that your organization's goals will be achieved. Okay, considering all these things, whenever you just pick that candidate for the job, okay, that process itself is called as selection process. Okay, getting it? Okay, now let's see what is the scientific selection process. Okay, scientific selection process is or it takes place in the chronological order starting from the preliminary interview till the final selection. Okay, so let's see what are the different steps which are included in the procedure of selection or the scientific selection process. Okay, first step towards the selection process is preliminary interview. Preliminary means basic interviews they are conducted. Okay, see, it is used to eliminate those candidates who do not meet the minimum eligibility criteria laid down by the organization. The skills, academic and family background, competencies, and interest of the candidates are examined during preliminary interview. In preliminary interviews, okay, see, there is less formalization and planned plan than the final interviews. Okay, the candidates are given a brief up about the company and the job profile, and it is also examined how much the candidate knows about the company. Okay, preliminary interviews are also called as screening interviews. See, in preliminary interview, what the organization does, yes, the organization just sees, or the panel just sees that, okay, the candidate whom they will be interviewing, who is in front of them, whether that candidate has certain qualification, okay, which is required for that job. For example, okay, if you are hiring a manager, okay, and the basic eligibility for that position was at least you should be completing your bachelor's degree, and one of the candidate who has approached you through the interview, okay, that candidate was just 10th pass. Okay, can you send that candidate for the further procedure? No. What you can do is, yes, you can reject that candidate because, okay, the first eligibility was the qualification, right? At least you were requiring a candidate who has completed the bachelor degree, right? Okay, so in the same sense, in preliminary interviews, what actually is done, yes, just screening is done. Screening as per your educational background, as per the family background, and different things, okay, based on different things, okay, whether you have certain skills which are required by the job specifications, okay, considering all these skills, is it things, okay, or the panel keeps all these things into mind, and after that they do send the eligible candidate for the second procedure or the second step, is it? Okay, so in preliminary interviews just screening of the candidates is done. Okay, after that, application blanks. What is application blanks? Okay, yes, just a blank application, right? Okay, as the title itself suggests, it is just blank application. Means what is done, see, the candidates who clear the preliminary interviews, they are required to fill application blank. Okay, it contains data record of the candidate such as details about age, qualifications, reason for leaving previous job, experience, etc. Okay, see what is done into application blanks. Yes, the candidates. Yes, the candidates who have cleared the first step, that is the preliminary interviews, they are eligible for the second step, right? Okay, these people, they are required to fill up a application, okay, which is previously blank. Okay, see, in that application what you are required to fill up, yes, what is the data which the organization requires? Yes, the details about the age, qualifications, is it, why they have left the previous job, okay, and their experience. All these things they are required to be filled by the candidate. Okay, and after filling this form, they are required to submit it to the concerned person. Okay, so in the first step, it was a preliminary interview in which basic screening of the candidate was done, and in the second step, yes, what is done, the person who has qualified the first step, yes, that person is offered with a blank application in which some of the details related to him they are asked, and this person is required to fill up that form, okay, and submit to the necessary or concerned person. Okay, after that, written tests. Okay, written test. See, various written tests are conducted during selection procedures. Okay, for example, aptitude test, intelligence test, reasoning skill test, okay, personality test, etc. Okay, this test they are used to objectively assess the potential candidate. Okay, see whether you are sharp at mind, okay, whether you will be successfully overcoming all the barriers and obstacles which comes into your path. Okay, for evaluating whether you have certain intelligence, okay, which is required by that job specification, for this a written test is taken or conducted. Okay, and this written test, okay, or what is the criteria of having such type of written test? Okay, based on your aptitude, based on your intelligence, reasoning ability, okay, personality, okay, considering all these parameters, some of the tests they are conducted. Okay, for example, reasoning test, okay, some of the reasoning related problems might be given to you, okay, to check your decision making ability, or to check whether you are good at logics. Is it? Considering this reason, okay, you will be offered with some of the questions, maybe 5 to 10 questions might be given in that written test, and you might be given some time limit. Okay, for example, 5 questions might be given related to reasoning, and you might be required to solve those 5 questions in 10 minutes. Okay, if you solved maximum questions with correctness in the 10 minutes, yes, surely they will consider you for the second step, or they will reject you at that time if you didn't solve it. Okay, so written tests they are conducted. Okay, why the written tests they are conducted? The written tests they are conducted so that, yes, they can check the objectivity of the candidate. Okay, and if they think that this person is eligible, then they will send you for the next step. Okay, getting it? Okay, then employment interviews. Okay, what is employment interviews all about? Yes, see, it is a one-to-one interaction between the interviewer and the potential candidate. It is used to find whether the candidate is best suited for the required job or not. But such interviews consume time and money both. Okay, moreover, the competencies of the candidates cannot be judged. Okay, such interviews may be biased and sometimes. Okay, such interviews should be conducted properly. No distractions should be there in the room. There should be an honest communication between candidate and the interviewer. Okay, see, one to one interviews conducted in this employment interviews. Okay, why one to one interview? Yes, one to whether you are a candidate, eligible candidate, whether this person, okay, who is the prospective employee of your organization, whether they are good at communication. It is just judged through one to one interview. Okay, in one to one interview, what is done? Yes, the person, whether that person is good at communication, it is just checked. Okay, because other things they can't be highlighted through this. Is it? So in employment interview, what is done? Just, okay, just the panel speaks up with the potential candidate or prospective candidate, and after that, okay, if that person is, having certain good communication skills which is required by the job specification, then what they do is, yes, they do make you eligible for the next step. Okay, next step, what is the next step? Reference checks. Okay, see, whenever we are applying for any job, we are applying for any jobs, what is done? Yes, you are required to give at least two references. Okay, you are required to give at least two references. Okay, references means two of the people who are not from your family, okay, who are not your family members, but they know you thoroughly. Is it? See, if you qualify all these steps, okay, right from preliminary interview till employment interview, yes, whether you are suitable for the job, is it? For checking the suitability of the job and whatsoever specifications you have given to the organization, is it? What the organization does? Yes, the organization checks the references. Okay, they do communicate with the references which you have provided to the organization. Okay, and there are certain questions asked to these references related to you. For example, your qualification, is it? Your behavior, is it? Such type of questions they are asked to that person, to the references, and the references, as they know you very well, they do provide correct information regarding to you. Okay, if the information provided by the reference is matching to the specifications which you have provided to the interview panel, okay, then you are eligible for the next step, or then you are required to fulfill the next formalities. Okay, next step is medical examinations. Okay, see whether you are fit for that job, whether medically you are sound. Okay, if your medical history and presently your health is good. Okay, for checking this, some of the medical tests you are required to fulfill. You are required to do certain medical tests. The company itself can do such type of medical examinations or medical test, in which whether you are physically fit, it is highlighted, or else, okay, what can happen? Yes, they offer you that job. Okay, after you are working for 1 or 2 months, okay, if you fall ill or sick, yes, the company will never achieve the targets, okay, for which you will be contributing. Okay, so in a medical examination, what is usually done? Yes, you are required to go through medical tests in which you will be examined. Okay, if you are fit for the job, then only they select you, or you are eligible for the next procedure. Okay, then it is final selection. Okay, in final selection, yes, letter, okay, letter related to your appointment, it is prepared. Okay, as you have qualified all the steps, yes, the organization, what it does, it prepares your appointment letter, and they ask you to join the organization, or they ask you to join your duties. Okay, so in any organization, usually this is the procedure. Okay, so first, see, in the first part, what we have gone through, staffing. Yes, what is staffing? Staffing is just, yes, placing the candidates in the job vacancies of your organization. Okay, and in scientific selection process, okay, what are all the steps which you are required to select a candidate? Yes, first you conduct preliminary interview, then you offer them application blank, then conduct some of the written test, Okay, then conduct one-to-one employment interview, then have a check from the references. Okay, then do the medical examination of that person. Okay, then if you think that that person is suitable for your job, yes, finally select that person and give appointment lecture a letter, and surely ask that person to join their duties. Okay, so whenever we consider staffing, okay, staffing is a very important function through which you hire your human resources into the organization. Okay, and unless until the human resources work, your production activity will never be completed and the targets of your organization will never be achieved. With this, we conclude today's lecture. Thank you.